In college, I was a huge music fan, and one of my favorite bands who I loved was this band Phish. And the guitarist and lead singer's name is Trey Anastasio, and I thought he was remarkable. There were so many times where I would listen to his music or listen to his bootleg tapes, and I'd think, oh, I know exactly where he's going to go with his guitar solo. And then he'd go somewhere else, and I'd think, oh my God, this guy is amazing. I really began to feel this need to meet Trey. I had a camera in my car just in case Trey drove by, or I imagined meeting him on an airplane, and I just thought about it all the time. At one point, when I was a senior in college, I wrote a letter to Trey. And in the letter I said, "Dear Trey, I am a huge fan of yours, and I have this image of you and me meeting at some point, and we're going to take a picture together, and you're going to be on my wall forever. And I really hope this happens. And until it does, it'd be really great if you could send me a guitar pic of yours, just so I could have like a little memento. That'd be really great." And I sent it to the Phish fan club. And I wrote to the Phish fan club, "Dear Phish fan club, I'm sending this letter to Trey, and I really want you to give it to him. Like, don't screw around and give me a guitar pick that's like from a box. Like, I really want you to give it to Trey, otherwise you might as well just throw it in the garbage." 4 months later, I'm at home on Christmas break, and I'm looking through the mail, and I see my own handwriting from a self-addressed stamped envelope. And on the from section, it says, "From Trey, not screwing around." And I open it up, and Trey writes me a letter, and he says, "Hey, I got your letter, thank you so much. Here's a pic that I used on my newest album. Hope you dig it. See you later, Trey." And I thought, wow. So I wrote Trey back, and I said, "Hey, Trey, you know, it's so awesome that you sent me that guitar pick, because I'm at a point right now in my senior year where everyone's figuring out what they want to do. I want to be an MTV VJ, and everyone is telling me there's no way that that's possible. It's never going to happen." And every single person that saw me send that letter to you was like, "There's no way that Trey's going to write you back. Like, no way." And now you've written me back. Fast forward to 8 years later. I'm sitting on the tarmac at LaGuardia Airport at 9 in the morning. And by this point, Phish is huge. They're playing Madison Square Garden for 5 nights in a row. They're really, really well known. I'm sitting there reading a magazine, and the plane door is about to shut, and who walks onto the airplane? Exactly the way I had dreamed for 8 years, but Trey. He walks right by me, he comes down the plane. The whole airplane is full except for an empty seat next to him, and nobody recognizes who he is. So I mean, it was such an unbelievable moment, and plane takes off, and I look back, and Trey's asleep, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna wake up Trey. But I thought, God, you know, it's all about the drink cart. Like, if the drink cart wakes this guy up, I'm gonna go over and introduce myself and have that moment that I've thought about. Sure enough, the drink cart comes by, and Trey wakes up, and I think, oh my God. I get out of the chair, and I'm walking down the aisle, and everything goes into slow motion. And I go up to Trey, I say, "Can I have 1 minute of your time?" And he looks kind of wary. And I say, "My name is Kate Milliken, does that ring a bell?" And he went, "The MTV VJ, have you done it yet?" And I thought, that is so awesome. And it was definitely one of the greatest life moments I've ever had. In light of the Trey experience, I started thinking, you know what? I thought about that every single day for 8 years, and it worked out exactly the way I wanted it to. So why can't other things in my life, if I think about them every day, all the time, why can't that happen too?